the motherfucking mud with it. Out 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 the motherfucking. I had to get it out the motherfucking mud because these niggas or these hoes ain't show no love. I had to get it.
There you go. What up, though, everybody? Thank you for listening and watching another episode of the Three Raw Podcast. This is CJ.
It's your man's Rob.
And Darren, he's back again. What's this, episode 5? We wish you now? No, this 4. This is number 4, ain't it?
This on 4.
Number 4, yeah. I almost forgot for a damn second. What's going on, man?
What's up? Shoot, chilling. How y'all living out there?
I'm doing good, man. Shit, your signal going in and out, but shoot, other than that, I'm doing good.
I see, man. I'm struggling over here.
All good. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good in the neighborhood, bro. Shit's been going on with y'all fellas for the past few days, man.
Shit, really nothing much, man. Trying my best. When I say trying my best, nigga, trying my best to stay out the way, man.
I feel you.
And same here, man. Just staying out the way. That actually just got started back working today and stuff, man.
Okay. How I feel, dog?
Yeah, shoot, man. Honestly, like I never left, man. It's the same old bullshit, politics and whatnot. But I'm thankful to be working and have a job to go back to. I'm blessed.
I feel you, man.
But I can't say I lost a step or anything like that. It was like riding a bicycle. Got back in there. Got to rolling.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Shit, that's how I feel. Just stay in your lane, get up out the way, man. You ain't trying to get sick out here, shit.
Yeah, man.
Cause shit, I ain't trying to be out here be all sick and shit like that. I can't even go to work, can't make no money and shit.
Yeah, it's just until this shit, start dying down, dog, I'm really trying my best to just limit. Just, if it is no money on the flow, nothing important, or, like picking up something to eat, some medication or something like that, like essentials, man, I'm trying my best to stay my black ass in the crib, because
I feel you, man.
I don't got the best of immune systems to begin with, you know what I mean? Mainly
right.
Because I anti-suppressants, you know what I mean? That's because, the transplant, for those who don't know, you know what I mean? Or for those who do know, I'm a transplant patient, you know what I mean? And by default, I already gotta, be careful when I'm out and about and what's my intake and, watching certain shit. But now, since this, situation has been popping off, the last couple months, I'm really trying my best,
Yeah, I feel you, man. Shoot,
But what's
my immune system. For me, man, I'm just staying out the way, man. Just stay in my lane, get out the way. I'm on vacation this week, so I'm trying to do something around the house, man. Trying to be a little bit more productive.
Nigga, you spending whole walls and sinks and shit, nigga. The other day, how more productive can you be?
Man, I try to be productive. I don't like to sit on my ass, bro. So
this nigga was painting, putting in sinks and fixing the roof, nigga, plumbing. Talk about something you trying to be productive.
Oh yeah, I ain't climbing no roofs and shit. Nah, I ain't afraid
you
of
might
height.
as well go drop the engine.
I ain't afraid of height, but I'm afraid to bust my ass, fall, sliding and shit, going hit my damn car and shit. I'm good.
Oh, nigga, I will be dying. Fucking. Nah, let me stop, dog.
You wrong, bro. You wrong, bro.
Oh man, that's some Family Matters type shit.
Urkel, nigga. Oh,
hey,
man.
you see that house on Family Matters, dog? Man, that house big as hell. Even though it's a sitcom, it's fictional and shit, but that house, they fucking roof hard as hell. I'm like, man, if I fall off that bitch, I'm dead.
Man, hell yeah, dog.
Hey man, that nigga Carl motherfucker fell off that roof about 4 times, and he went through it about twice, fam. I know he did, dog.
Hell yeah.
It was already about 450 or some shit. You know what I
Man,
mean?
I broke a bone that bitch, dog.
Heidi Ho wins low, dog.
Right. I'm like, shit. I'm gonna hire somebody who got who an expert in this shit. Nah, I ain't doing this shit.
Shit,
Carl
let's get
cheap.
back. I don't know about y'all, man, but let's get into it, man. We already know why we here, man. The Last Dance.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Episode
sir.
7 and 8. I want to start off with because I want to go along with the dialogue of the documentary. I want to start off with him losing his father, the main role model of his life. I just think it's extra tragic that the way he died, but I also think it's crazy that how people assuming that he died he got murdered because of Jordan's addiction of gambling and his debts and shit. I think people assume the worst because he's like a superstar, and they want him because if you like a superstar, like they say like a LeBron. I don't want to bring LeBron up. I hate that, but like a LeBron or a Will Smith or some shit like that, people pray for your downfall, and they want you to fall hard. And I think that's one of the main reasons that prompted him to retire the first time. Just to get away from basketball for a minute. Get away from the headlines and shit like that. So what are y'all thoughts on it?
Go ahead, D.
Him losing his father, and I'm glad you brought it up. Like throughout the years, how people speculated that he lost him to his gambling debts and whatnot. Because it's crazy. Like throughout my childhood, that's like one of the main things I was led to believe. Growing up, saying watching basketball or hearing about basketball talks and debate, wherever, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you hear, especially when these older cats say, oh, man, Jordan got his daddy killed, man. Yeah, the mob killed his daddy because, his gambling debts and blah, 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 blah. And now you get that insight with this documentary for the people who just didn't know, like myself, like what really happened. And it was just two teenagers that decided to kill Michael Jordan's dad in cold blood in a robbery, and regardless of either way, it was horrible to hear, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's like you said, see, man, like, it's just crazy how people want to see your downfall, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, example, you know what I'm saying? You brought up LeBron. I'm a LeBron hater per se, but it's more so on the basketball court. I don't want to see this man, you know what I'm saying, lose a relative or pass away or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Or, some cat, oh man, I hope you get a divorce. No, I don't wish none of that type of negativity on that man or anything like that. Or my, haterism, as people will say, will probably come towards just say, take this L on the court. That's it. But it's just crazy to see people take and twist things that so deep just because somebody is doing something or being great at something, and
Exactly.
And it's just it's sad to see, and it's just ignorance, And
Right.
I'm glad to, like I say, to get that insight and that real information on what happened, because nobody really speaks on that stuff, If you're not listening to this podcast right now or you ain't watched the Last Dance, 90% of somebody out there is probably telling you, oh yeah, the mob killed his daddy, whoop-de-whoop. And it's just like, that's crazy. Like, how did y'all come up with that correlation or that story? Where did this come up from?
Exactly. And I think that from him, especially with the media, media always trying to overly dramatic everything, especially with a guy with a higher status like Michael Jordan. I think that's like And that also like influenced him to retire for the first time because like the media always come up with some bullshit every day. His like his addition, like the way he treated his teammates and et cetera, et cetera. So I think that it was like a slap on the face of him because he lost somebody that's very important to him. What you about to say, Rob?
No, I was just about to add on to that. You know, like I think it was the last episode. You know, so I forget his name, but like my man's, he was basically golfing with. You know what I mean? Come to find out, like dude was selling dope and doing a whole lot of active shit like that in the streets. So once, you know what I'm saying, MJ father died, it was easy to try to connect the two, regardless if it was, you know what I'm saying, connected or not. And like one thing about like the media, and me and Darren talk about this all the time, man, you know what I'm saying, they control perception, regardless if it's the truth or not. You know what I'm saying? Like propaganda is a moneymaker. Like bad news go always sell quicker than good news. You see what I'm saying? Because it always feed off people's negative mindsets anyways. Like it's always somebody hating. There's always some type of form of jealousy and envy within a lot of different people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear, oh man, dang, you know, just a year ago, Jordan was golfing or gambling with somebody who was in the streets, blah, blah, blah. Then his father passed away. Let me just, without no merit, no proof, no nothing, let me just put the pieces to the puzzle together. You know what I mean? And like, and we still see this today, you know what I'm saying, with propaganda, you know what I mean? And the media and shit like that, dog. And it's sad, man. It's sad. Like, me and Darren was talking off, you know what I'm saying, here about, you know, if you can recall, CJ, the East Coast, West Coast beef, you know, in hip hop. And anytime you talk to any Wall, they always said it wasn't no beef between coasts or rappers. They only had two issues, regardless if it was Pac and Biggie's personal issue or like how Ice Cube was saying he was having a problem with his albums going platinum and double platinum and #1, and they not getting no airplay in New York. They getting treated like goddamn underground acts when they big everywhere but New York. Mm-hmm. It was on that type of going basically at the New York media. And what they did, Vibe Magazine, The Source, and all the, you know what I'm saying, the media outlets at the time created propaganda. And then like in the end, look what happened in the end. And instead of them holding accountability for their actions, every time I see one of them on one of these hip hop documentaries, like keep forget my man's name, but anytime it's a hip hop documentary, he there. And he was one of them, you know what I'm saying, people who was working at the Vibe at the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you can remember, I think it was like Biggie's Behind the Music, if I'm not mistaken. It was one of them, dog. But he was on there talking. And it's like, man, you one of the main reasons why this man got killed. You know what I mean? Because you creating a false narrative. And that's what the media is good for. They go create a false narrative and run and hide from the accountability of the actions afterwards. For what, though?
Man, that's a good ass comparison. I ain't even really thought about that. Especially around those time. You gotta think about it too. That's around the time where OJ was in court for the murder and shit of his wife.
And then look at the media, but bro, like you just hit it on the nose with the OJ situation. Like look at what the media was creating in the trial of the century. OJ Simpson versus the world. This, that, and third, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and, you know what I mean? And it was like,
it's loose.
The deuce is loose. You know what I mean? Was it the 90s or is it just period? Because at first I was thinking to myself, like, damn, maybe it was just the 90s propaganda that we were just so amazed about what was going on in entertainment. We was creating false narratives on everything. Then I had to think about it like, no, because it's still happening in 2020.
Oh yeah. Quote unquote TMZ's, the shade room, the bar room, whatever the fuck that name is.
Gossip in the city. It's a few of them, man.
Yeah.
Dog, you hit that shit right on the nose. That's a dog ass comparison. But I think especially at that time, they trying to, have it like they trying to make like news stories to get everybody to talk and everything, keep it entertaining. Just like the New Yorker back in like the 1920s. They started all this little satire shit, saying like, hey, this happened, blah 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 blah. This what happened in the Great Depression and all that shit. So like that shit started in the 20s. That shit and dragged all the way down to 2020, and it's gonna continue to do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
100 years.
To infinity, bro. To infinity, bro.
I mean, I ain't gonna say infinity. It's a small possibility it might start dying down because think about this, we starting to get more freedom too also now. Like another thing, I was talking to Darren earlier, and he can you know what I'm saying, basically tell you how we was talking about this. Like, I don't know if you've been watching the Crunchy Black interviews on Vlad TV, CJ. But if not, go ahead.
I seen it. You know what? I seen it, and I was gonna watch it too. But I was watching the other interviews and shit. I'm like, I'm gonna watch that later.
If you get time, bro, check it out, man. It's very good. You know what I mean? But I can remember when Crunchy Black left 3-6 Mafia. And I was like, dang, my crazy mix, because I didn't even never know his name. I never paid no attention, really. You know what I mean? Of course, you go know Boosie J. Of course, you knew DJ Paul. Then it was always the wild black one and tall one dancing. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, man, my man's gone. And I remember reading a little article back in the days. It was basically saying he left 3-6 Mafia for spiritual reasons. Like he was basically about to become a Christian rapper or some shit. You know what I mean? Like he got saved and turned his life over to God. And I never forget this, bro. I'm not lying. Because why would I even make something like that up? You know what I mean? I don't play with God. Not on that level. You feel me? So I'm like, dang, man, I can respect that. You know what I mean? Like if he turning his life over, long as he ain't doing no fugazi shit, I can respect that. Fast forward now to the Vlad TV interviews, that was the furthest from the truth. But it was like the media back then, we didn't have outlets like Vlad TV or YouTube and things like that that can connect to the people. If you wasn't asked to do an interview by certain places, your voice was just silent. So no matter what I wanted to say about you, if I wanted to blackball you, if I wanted to create any fucking story about you, if motherfucking Vibe, The Source, you know what I'm saying? Then like at that time, it was allhiphop.com, like 06 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And what else we had? I don't even think we had World Star yet, did we? Nope. I don't even think we had World Star yet. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it was like, if you wasn't invited to go to these places to get your side of the story, dog, how was your side of the story ever getting told? Right. They could just say whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hop on the radio with that shit.
Right. And then the radio station still got to invite you down there to do that. Nah, I could just pick up my phone, go to my personal YouTube or my personal Twitter or Instagram, and you could get the truth out of that. You know what I mean?
Huh? I'm gonna give it to you later. We doing something, okay? Okay.
Man, what was you about to say, Darren?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I was just saying, like, yeah, man, like or these rappers. Sometimes they used to have to go down to the radio station and give their side of the story. You know what I'm saying? Like that was back in the days and whatnot, compared to like, you know, like you said, you can get on social media and say anything now.
Man, hell yeah.
And then like the radio stations used to edit this certain shit. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't know if y'all remember Angie Martinez went to go interview Tupac right before he died. And she was saying like she was in editing the tape and some shit she had to leave out. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, it's so fucked up though, because you couldn't even trust the radio really. You know what I mean?
Hell nah.
Yeah.
You can't trust any type of media. Because any type of media was on some bullshit at the time, like TV, radio, podcast, shit, everything was all bullshit.
Well, shit, back then we didn't have no podcast.
Yeah, I know. I was the bullshit. But no, like it even shows to this day, man. Like you can't trust no type of media, man, because they always come out with some bullshit. Like Fasu, I remember a story. It was this one girl who got killed. I think she was 2 years old, whatever, like that. Fox 2 came up with a falsified story saying that it was like 2 other people who got shot and killed, wherever like that, but it wasn't the case. It was like it was just that one girl who got shot. Nobody else didn't get killed or anything like that. So like y'all coming up with these fake ass reporting and shit, just trying to spark up a conversation. Yeah, for y'all ratings and shit. I mean, you gotta think about it too. It is quote unquote Fox, and Fox they live off that shit, man. Like with Fox News and shit like that, they bring all that shit up. So like they come up with a little bit of everything, trying to spark a conversation. So get that ratings up. So it's a fucked up world we live in, but I mean, it is what it is at this point. So it's just us to create the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I don't see what else. So I already said like MJ's first retirement. But I also want to reiterate, like, did y'all, like, even back in the days, even though we was like young as hell, stupid young, did y'all expect him to go to baseball?
Actually, that's crazy because I think I remember watching TV. I don't think it was Sports Center, dog. Matter of fact, I'm about positive it wasn't Sports Center, but it was somewhere. It could have been E or some shit that was popping in the 90s. You know what I mean? But excuse me, I really don't recall what it was. It could have been SS Hollywood, one of them that was popping in, 93, 94. But I remember being young, right, and watching it, and somebody was hitting that, like, yeah, Michael Jordan might go play baseball. And, like, I didn't never know the impact of Michael Jordan. I just was starting to really understand basketball, really the 93 season, you know what I mean? And by default, I was liking Charles Barkley more than Michael Jordan that year. You see what I'm saying? He was the MVP. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to all the old school cats around me. Mind you, I'm like, 5, 6, 7 years old. You know what I mean? I don't know no better. I don't realize these cats is just hating because, they still feeling salty because of the bad boys and shit like that. Oh, man, Jordan is overrated, man. Oh, no. Weak-ass crybaby, man. It's Michael Jordan. Da-da. But I'm watching it still, and I'm thinking like, nah. My boy head man is actually kind of sweet. You know what I mean? I don't know what they talking about. But I'm young. I don't know no better. You know what I mean? But what about you?
Now me, I had no clue, man. I was a Jordan fan too, but I also was like I was a huge Pistons fan. So yeah, Isaiah Thomas, Joe D, Bill Laimbeer. So I was a fan of those guys, and also I was a fan of like Karl Malone, David Robinson, etc. So like for him to retire, that was like a huge shock to me because like he was only like 30, 31 years old at the time. Like that's kind of young to be retiring, and you only was in the league for like 9 years. So I'm like, how the fuck you want to retire? And I didn't. But at the time, but I'm saying like at the time, I didn't know his father passed away.
But look, a lot of them people back then, like, was retiring early. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look at Bird, look at Magic, look at Isaiah. They only played like 13 years tops or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a little young. It was a little earlier to them. But, like, a lot of these basketball players back then didn't have 20-year careers like how we seeing now. You know what I mean? Or 18 on the average. They was
wearing weak-ass Converse and shit. That's why they retired early.
And getting beat up and all that type of shit. Like,
they get beat up like football players and shit. Hell yeah.
All that wear on your body ain't gonna be good at all at that age. You probably all busted down and broke down by the age 30.
Right.
That's why Isaiah's struggling with his wrist right now. Shit.
You heard me?
What'd you say?
I was talking to D. His how did you feel about it though?
Oh man, I'm kind of like how CJ was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was shocked, you know what I'm saying, more than anything, like, damn, being a Pistons fan and a Mike fan or whatnot, it was just like, it was weird, man. Like, really, just really fucking weird. Like, he just not play, I remember asking my granddad, like, so he's not playing basketball no more? No, you know what I'm saying? He playing baseball now. And I remember, you know what I'm saying, my granddaddy checking him out, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't, because I remember back then, you know, not changing the subject and nothing like that. I remember back then,
Go ahead.
you had other athletes who changed. It wasn't different back then, completely different to change a sport back then. You had Bo Jackson, you had Deion Sanders. You know what I'm saying? And it was just weird because it's just like, it's not saying he wasn't good, but he just was like kind of like average. You know what I'm saying? And it
It's
wasn't.
funny you say that, Jerry. I mean, my bad, Darren. Because I'm gonna just say this, then I'm gonna let you finish, dog. When he went to go play baseball, and like, that's when I found out. I didn't even realize the term bias or the term in love or worship or any of that meant. I just remember watching them games and listening to the highlights like, oh yeah, Jordan kind of average at best. You know what I mean? Even at one point, they even said it in the documentary, he was sucking for a while. You know what I mean? But I can never forget. I would never forget one of my best friends at the time growing up, dog. And I don't know if he watched the podcast or not, dog. But shout out to my dog, Brandon. You know what I mean? Not Jimmy Brandon, but my man's Brandon. You know what I mean? That I grew up with back in the 90s. He was one of the biggest.
Give me Brandon. Not Jimmy, dog. I don't know why. Go ahead. Go ahead, story, bro.
I ain't gonna whoop your ass, man. But look. He is, man. My nigga Brandon.
Go ahead, bro.
But yeah, man. But he was one of the biggest Jordan fans. I mean, I used to go to this dude's house, dog, and his whole room was Michael Jordan everything. You know what I mean? So when Jordan started playing baseball, mind you, he was a little bit older than me. You know what I mean? So I was like, dang, man, how's Michael Jordan? Oh, Michael Jordan's the best baseball player also. And I started thinking like, no, he not, man.
I get it. Started playing baseball.
I get it, but Jordan he was arguing. We even had I can't recall if it was a real fight, but we actually had like words, you know what I mean? I can remember this, and I'm pretty sure he do, or if he don't, I'm telling the truth. But I can recall him actually saying Jordan was the best baseball player also because he was just that in love with Jordan, the basketball player. And he didn't want to keep it real, you know what I mean? And I didn't know what it was, but it was like, nah, dude, lying. But of course, you know what I'm saying, you get older and you realize, like, yeah, that's the favoritism, the bias, you know what I'm saying, like I always say, being in love with these entertainers and athletes, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, wow, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he influenced, man, as you seen from the early age, you see how Jordan largely impacted the world for his play and stuff. What he did at the time, the moves he was doing, it was like so unreal because we haven't seen it at that point. And they was talking shit about him when he went to playing baseball, bro, because they were saying like he was a trash ass baseball player, shit like that. And now you looking at this documentary, you're like, damn, he got one of the best first year minor league games we ever seen and shit. I'm like, damn, we were this back then because I remember. I was like 7 years old at the time. I was like, man, they was talking cash shit about Michael Jordan. They was like, man, he won this and knowing that. Now y'all talk about he the shit now.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I remember like it's kind of funny, man, because it's like, damn. I think the games he was talking about on the documentary was like the games me and my granddaddy was watching, dog, because it was not pretty, man. Like. At all, you know, I'm like, I know the face, you know what I'm saying? I know the ball head and all that shit. It's like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a little kid. I'm looking for home runs and shit like that, man. He getting struck out, dog. Like
yes, dog.
Yeah, he's getting struck out. Yeah, all that shit.
Man. But don't get me twisted, though. You know, like you say, we saw the pickup too when he started to pick it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Getting a little walk-offs and shit like that, and you know what I'm saying, getting nice little hits, getting to second base and stuff like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
When he finally picked up his game and whatnot, but again, it was still average. You know what I'm saying? But I was looking for Jordan. You know what I'm saying? 23. He came back. The basketball and whatnot. I remember that. And that 4-5 shit was just different, bro. Man, like the number was cold, but it was just man. It wasn't just Mike, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he went back to the 23, but they still lost. But he wasn't
45 is a 23.
Right, he wasn't 23, man. Ain't 23.
I'm sorry, but what I want to save this for the later comment, but I don't understand why Nick Anderson said 45 is a 23. You know that he was gonna go the fuck off.
They be feeling they, bro. Just like today, you'll every now and then get a role player or a lackluster star or some shit, have a decent game, and they still be on the adrenaline. You know what I mean? And they get the popping off.
Right.
Right. And continue what you about to say, Darren. My bad, bro. My bad.
No, you good, man. Just yeah, man. When he came back, man, he wasn't in a basketball shape, and you saw that. But ain't no excuse. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no excuses to me in sports. You know what I'm saying? You go out there on that flow, you run it. You know what I'm saying? You go out there and you try to get the W best way you can. They got outplayed by the Magic.
Man, you know what's crazy though? That you mentioned that it's like he coming back from baseball, and it's like baseball is like these different sports. It's like a certain shape you gotta be in. Like you playing tennis, you playing golf, you playing soccer, whatever. So you going from one sport to another. It's like, damn, this shit different. I gotta work on my upper body now.
Yep.
Like in baseball, I was focused on my upper body, and that was it. But now in like basketball, you gotta focus on everything, like lower body, your agility. You gotta focus on all that shit, bro.
Yep.
And I think I was like, damn, that's crazy, dog, to kind of think about it now, because like in certain sports, you focus on this and that, whatever like that. And now you see like these different players from like each sport. It's like, damn, they built different, and you wondering why. Because each sport demands a certain discipline, a certain like thing to keep in shape, whatever like that. Where other sports you don't have to do all that extra shit. So that shit was crazy.
Exactly.
You go on, continue.
Oh yeah. Then you see, you know what I'm saying, they got popped by the Magic and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? The Magic went on to the finals and whatnot. Got their ass popped by the damn Rockets. Next year,
it was on, dog.
70 and 10, 72 and 10. My bad. 72 and 10.
Yeah.
And I love, I'm gonna keep it real, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Golden State fan too. I started watching them among the years and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, through the We Believe seasons and whatnot. Throughout the years, watch them draft Steph, you know what I'm saying, just fast forward and whatnot, and watch him evolve into the player he is now. And you don't know when that was, that 73 and 9. And to see Scottie Pippen, you know what I'm saying, in this documentary coining, hey, 72 and 10 don't mean a thing without the ring. And that was the thing with Golden State, you know what I'm saying, regardless of whatever, it don't mean it's a nice record, but it don't mean shit without that ring, They went on, they won 72 games. They balled their asses off 3 games in the finals or whatnot, and it's crazy, man. That story was key. For years, GP, you heard it from GP. He's talking that cash shit, man. Yeah, I got in Jordan head. I was locking
up. Man, that shit was with Michael Jordan. I love his reaction was classic, bro. When Gary Payton had that reaction saying like, I did my best to defend Jordan, but shoot, I was stopping his ass. I'm like, Jordan, like, fuck out of here, man.
Right, man. Me and my OG love that part, man. We was just
that shit was epic, dog.
Like, and to think for years, man, you know what I'm saying, to see Jordan, just, you know what I'm saying, he come out and say, yeah, man, there was a lot of things on my mind. And you can see the with them being up 3-0, and then this going for the first championship without his pops. And again, like I say, there ain't no excuses, but he said he had a lot on his mind or whatnot, so you could see that, what I'm saying, or whatever. On that closing out on that fourth game, what I'm saying, you blow them two to the Sonics, and again, they weren't no slouches, what I'm saying, by far. That team was on cold. You had Gray Payton over there, Detlef Shrimp, Sean Kemp, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man.
Did they have was Ben Baker on that team at the time too?
Who that?
Ben Baker.
No, I don't think Van Baker was on that team yet.
And Van Baker was on there yet, not yet.
No, that's right. Never mind. But yeah, they had a dog-ass team at that time too.
Oh yeah. I'm correct.
It's
correct. It's on Philly at the time. He might have. I might be wrong.
Okay.
But it's fun that you bring up like Gary Payton, because I can always remember growing up hearing, oh man, you know what I'm saying, the Bulls would have lost if Gary Payton would have been defending him the first 2-3 games, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. But then you got to always remember two things, right? Game 5, Jordan shot 50%. So out of the 3 games, all right, you did a good job. 2 of them 3. You know what I mean? I always heard when they put him on there, he was locked up. And I'm thinking like, all right, if that's still the case, game 6, day 1. So if Jordan was just simply the key to, you know what I'm saying, win or lose, if Gary Payton was locking them up game 6, how the hell did the Bulls win? So it just gets to the point where I get it. A lot of people salty about Jordan. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, still mad about, the Pistons or just whatever, you know what I mean? But sometimes it's just good to tell the truth. You feel me? Like, them boys 6 was amazing, man. It's just, it don't matter who would have went to the finals that year, though. They was going to win. That determination was there. Like sometimes you get what players, like I always say, the 04 Pistons. When that determination there, you got really something to prove, man, it's lights out. I feel like we saw it in 96 with the Bulls for a multitude of different reasons. You know what I mean? We saw it in 04 with the Pistons. We also turned around and saw it again in 09 with the Lakers, with Kobe. You know what I mean? We saw it in 2017 with the, Golden State. When the determination is there, like, all right, yeah, nah, ain't nothing stopping me. Ain't nothing stopping them. We saw it in 01. Well, I can't even say 01 really, because Iverson balled his ass off game 1. But every game after that, the Lakers was just determined.
Yeah.
But what was you about to say, CJ?
No, I was agreeing with you. I wasn't really about to say nothing.
Oh, okay.
But back to 01, Allen Iverson, he had that one game where he stepped over Ty Lue. But the other games, Allen Iverson was balling his ass off. But I think that he was the only person that was balling on that team. Nobody else wasn't really helping him like that.
They wasn't determined, bro. They was just happy being there. And you could see it in some of their faces. They was exhausted. Ain't no telling if they was partying all night. Who knows? You know what I mean? But the only one who was determined was Iverson. You could, go back and watch that 01 finals. I think it was just on TV or something like that a few weeks back. But go back and watch them games, man. The determination after game 1 Kobe had on defense, and Iverson still was balling, but that defense Kobe was playing, he was making sure them easy shots that Iverson was getting game 1, he had to struggle to get game 2, 3, 4, and 5. And granted, he still was doing his thing, you know what I mean? Because ain't no stopping no superstar, regardless of how you look at it. Ain't no stopping a superstar. But what you can do is you can make them easy shots more difficult,
Yeah.
And the look Kobe gave, the look Shaq was just embarrassing this nigga Dikembe Mutombo, dog. I never forgive FM 98 the way they was blasting that nigga, dog. Oh man. Lord. But go ahead.
And speaking of that, with Kobe and Shaq, especially 01, they was determined to win. That's their second championship at that point too, right? Because they won in 2000.
Yep.
It was like it was like a win at all costs attitude they was having. They was determined, and you seen that they whooped their ass in Philly because after game one, they was like, "Oh fuck that, we got to beat their ass." Because you got to think about it too. It's like the whole Lakers team against Allen Iverson. Shit, only person you got to stop is Allen Iverson. Everybody else, shit. Aaron Sloan ain't gonna give you no 20. What's Aaron McGee on that team?
My nigga hanging with Mr. Cooper, dog. But yeah.
But yeah.
That nigga got fat now. Y'all see that recent picture of Aaron Snow?
Sitting around there eating chili dogs and shit. Hell yeah, that's gonna happen.
That nigga big as hell, dog. But anyway, he don't give you 20. And Dikembe Mutombo was old as hell. He don't really score like that any damn way. Shit, he only gonna give you like 5-6 points a game, maybe 5 blocks a game. Shit, he ain't gonna do shit. Who else they had on there? They had Keith Van Horn, right?
They had Matt Geiger. They had
Tyrone Hill.
They had Aaron McKee. Remember, he was the 6th man that year, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I think it was 2000, but yeah.
So ain't no telling, man. They wasn't focused. They could have won if they would have played a certain. Put it like this: that game plan that Larry Brown had in 2004, if that Sixers team would have, you know what I'm saying, played that, I'm not saying they would have won, but they probably would have never got the gentleman's sweep. You know what I mean? Maybe it would have won 6 games. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Maybe they would have snuck another game in, but like, you said what?
Again, they're not making no excuses and whatnot, man. I just think it was just a case of, like you guys are saying, man, like, outgunned, man. They was just outgunned, man. Like, on some real shit, man. Like, I saw that what you say, like, Aaron McKee, Eric Snow to a certain degree, because he wasn't no scoring player. He's a more defensive player. But outside of those guys and Mutombo, bro, you had certified Boskis over there, bro. Straight trash, bro. Like,
right.
Like, who else could you, like you said, who
else? How the hell you beat Indiana, like, or New Jersey, like, shit?
Man, the put it like this: the Suns was there as bad as the East just simply was at that time. You know what I mean? The powerhouse has always been in the. Put it like this: when Kobe and Shaq got together, and Tim Duncan got together in San Antonio with David Robinson, the power switched from the East to the West, and it's just been in the West literally since '98, '99. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Who was the dog ass team at the time on the West? They had Lakers, Suns. No, not the Suns per se. '98.
What year?
Blazers. '98.
After '98.
After Jordan retired. It was pretty much
going into the '99 season. Remember, Scottie Pippen went to Houston and Charles Barkley, so that was like officially one of the first top, you know what I mean, big threes at the time. They was actually, you know what I'm saying, given the title. Well, I ain't giving, but people assumed they was about to win it all. You know what I mean?
Right.
You had Houston. You had the Spurs. You had the Lakers starting to emerge with a young Kobe Bryant. And, you know what I'm saying, Shaq was getting ready to enter his prime. You still had Utah, who been to the finals the last 2 years. And Karl Malone was the MVP that year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they had about 4, maybe 5 good teams. You still had
Seattle.
With Vin Baker, you know what I mean? They was starting to emerge a little bit, Seattle, you know, so yeah.
Yeah, they had some good teams in the West, man.
Like the East was always just one superstar dominated. Like regardless if it was Toronto with Vince Carter, Iverson in Philly, you know what I'm saying, or T-Mac in Orlando at the time, you know, in 2000, 2001 or whatnot. That's just what it was in the East. You know what I mean? That one guy trying to basically be 80s Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
While the West always had at least a 2-man combo ready to go. You know what I mean?
Right. And I think what I was trying to reiterate what I was saying about, you know, the 01 Lakers was trying to win at all costs approach. And remember that part in the interview where Michael Jordan said, like, he just want to win. He got very emotional.
Right.
And he just wanted to win. And he like, damn, I wasn't really, I really didn't care about being a nice guy. I just wanted to win. I was going hard on my teammates. I wasn't like that was me. I mean, I can't switch that off. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see you. I just want to see you succeed. That's all he was trying to say. That's all he was trying to do. And
it worked.
It worked.
It
I mean, it worked. It worked. He
It
got
did.
on their ass, but people, people so damn sensitive, man.
Like, don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, niggas idolize Michael Jordan. We love Michael Jordan, the basketball player, the athlete, businessman, all that etc. Just not the general manager. But
Cromie Brown drafted
man,
number 1. Let me shut up.
no, not just that. Just go to the whole. Never mind. I ain't gonna go there, bro. I was gonna say go to the whole draft list. But anyway,
He's just a good player. That's all. He's just not a good player, a great player.
great
He's
player.
not a great executive. That's
And we know he wasn't a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? Per se, yes, he was an asshole and whatnot. But the thing of it is, you got to stand up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to stick up for yourself. And you had players like Steve Kerr, and I love that story. How him
me too, man.
got into it and whatnot, and you know what I'm saying, he you know what I'm saying, he fired off him, you know what I'm saying, that nigga Jordan chest or whatnot, but my thing is this though, this is me, next time Steve go for the face, man. But
Right.
but yeah, you know what I'm saying, but it showed on the other end, you know what I'm saying, because he fired back on Steve and whatnot, black as out, but he apologized to him, and it just showed you that, like, all right, even him being as the big, he's saying, he fuck it, you know what I'm saying? He could have said anything. Get this guy out of here. Get him traded, anything. Nah, he apologized to that guy. And actually, the crazy thing about it, you actually see it in the play, too. Go to the history tapes. Don't take my word to it and whatnot. After that shit, you see Jordan, goddamn Curry, you know what I'm saying? They connection just fucking, and their chemistry just took off after that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Steve Kerr is like a epitome of take one for the team, dog.
Yeah.
That nigga took one for the team, dog.
I
I mean, you gotta stand up. You gotta stand up for what's right. Horace Grant was trying to do that shit in 93, 94, but that shit ain't work. No, 92, 93. I'm sorry.
It didn't work because in Horace Grant was on some straight bitch ass shit, man. Like, nah, bro. See, I got to get on Horace Grant. I'm glad you brought him up, bro. No, fuck that, bro.
Oh, do your thing, bro. Do your thing,
bro. Like, yo, how the hell you gonna sit up here and call the bad boy Pistons bitches, but you letting Jordan sit up here and pick on you like this and you don't say shit? Like, get the fuck up out of here, man. This man is sitting up here. He up here. Like Rico off paid in full, taking your lunch and shit. Man, ain't playing hell, man.
Oh, man.
No, the flight attendant. No, don't. Yeah, don't let that bitch nigga eat. Don't let that bitch nigga eat.
Man. Ain't no way in hell, man. Ain't.
Yeah, Horace, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And the best part about it is,
hey, you see the first two. You see the first two letters is lame, right?
Man.
Man.
Straight hoe.
Horace Grant. Horace.
Hey, but the fun part about the Horace Grant situation, like what Darren just talking about, right? He volunteered that information. That wasn't nothing that was in a documentary. He called up your boy Shay Sharp and told that took place. So you just all over the place with the snitching and shit, dog. Horace Grant, man. That's how I know you did get that information for that book, bro. You know what I mean? You even volunteering information on making you look like a bitch because you so busy goddamn trying to still throw the thought on goddamn Jordan. For what, bro? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what got his ass traded other Bulls. He was giving out plays and shit too, man. Like, man, get this guy the fuck up out of here, man. Like,
get the fuck up out of here.
Horace Grant.
Terrible.
Horace Grant. But nah, man. Speaking of former teammates, I was trying to think what BJ Armstrong was trying to do.
Hey,
That
you
nigga
know
had
what's
that
funny?
one hope. He had that one good ass game. He was like,
I just about to say that, dog. I remember watching that game on TV, dog. It was me and my yeah, I was spending the night over my grandma's crib, dog. And I remember that shit was on a front room TV, dog. Like, all right, fuck it all. Michael Jordan on. You know what I mean? It's the playoffs, dog. That nigga BJ was gone. Bonkers, bro. Like, I damn near wanted to cry, dog. Like, damn, nigga, you killing my dude. You know what I mean?
right.
BJ Armstrong, dog. I think the dope part about that is that him and Jordan actually did have a relationship outside, you know what I'm saying, of that. Like, if you remember watching Jordan saying in a documentary after he got his redemption, like, I don't know what BJ was thinking. Like, nigga, you out of all people already know what I'm about to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, ooh, come on, fam. You been with me, dog, the last, 8-9 years. You know what I mean? Come on, bro.
Right. Yeah, fuck that nigga up, dog. He fucked that nigga up since, man.
Man.
He even guarded that nigga. He like, man, I like you a little ass nigga. He just
And
did
they
all
had
types of he did all types of fadeaways on that nigga, dog.
You said what, D?
Man. That's the and they had Muggsy Bogues. That was a bold ass backcourt they had over there, dog.
Yeah, what? They had Glenn Rice at the 3.
Man, what?
Body Divas, dog.
That was a pretty solid squad.
They was balling, and they had
Larry Johnson.
They had Larry Johnson, and what's his name?
I think he was injured though. Was he injured?
I think Larry Johnson was injured that
year.
He
wasn't. Yeah, he was injured. He wasn't the same after that. He wasn't the same. He was still balling, but he wasn't the same after that.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, and Dale Curry was over there. They was balling. You know what I'm saying? They had this decent squad, but it was just like you got.
It's the Bulls, bro. It's the Bulls, bro.
You got doggone Muggsy Bogues and doggone BJ Armstrong on Jordan, bro. What did you think? I just want to know, like, hold on.
Muggsy Bogues was 4'11", dog.
You said what?
Muggsy Bogues was 4'11", dog. Like, how the hell you want to guard 6'6" Michael Jordan, bro?
That nigga wasn't 4'11".
Come back up.
That nigga wasn't 4'11".
No, he was 5'3". He was 5'3".
Like, don't get it. He was a dog on the steals and whatnot, man. His height made him, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Muggsy Bogues is like one of my role models, bro.
Oh yeah, he was a beast, man. Don't get me.
Like, I'm short as hell. Like, I'm 5'6", so like I'm actually 5'5". But no, like he's like one of my idols, bro. Like him, Spud Webb.
Oh yeah.
All the short niggas though, you know what I'm saying? Especially Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson was 6 feet, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, Iverson technically wasn't 6 feet, dog. I done seen this nigga at Motor City about 2-3 times in the 09, dog. I'm gonna say Iverson was about 5'10" on the dot, bro. They just gave him that 6 feet, man. And Larry Bird ain't as tall either, because I saw that nigga at Motor City too that same year, dog. Larry Bird about like 5, not 5, my bad. Larry Bird about 6'5", bro. And I think they had him listed like 6'9", 6'8", don't they?
I think Larry Bird, I think he listed.
Yeah, they be juicing them.
Is it true? Hey, is it true, y'all? The older you get, the shorter you get.
To a degree, you ain't got that same, you know what I'm saying, stature no more. You gonna lose that stature.
It's basically your stature, bro.
Yeah.
Your back. Because
the great Ryan Hope was 6'9", bro.
You know Dante, right, don't you? CJ.
What you say again, bro?
I said, you know Dante, don't you?
The one we worked with, right?
Yeah, Dante. I remember a few years back, a while back, probably 5-6 years ago. I think he was saying like he started going somewhere and shit like that. He started standing up straight, and it looked like he had grew like down there almost 2 inches. You know what I mean? And it was just basically like we walk with a slouch. And the older we get, the more, you know what I'm saying, our spinal cord and shit like that start to fall down like a spring. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So to a degree, yeah, but your ears keep growing and your nose keep growing, bro. That's one thing that never stopped growing.
Growing hairs in your ears and shit.
Yeah, that shit start coming out more and more. You already got hair in your ear.
Man, why we talking about this shit, dog? Like,
Hey, nigga.
Wow,
You
man.
start talking about this shit, man. I'm just a team sport, nigga, so I just start helping you. You know what I mean?
okay. That was funny as hell.
Hell yeah, bro. Y'all niggas silly as hell, bro.
It's this nigga, man.
But yeah, man, you know.
Hey, how y'all feel about the LeBradford Smith story, dog?
Oh my.
Who's that?
Go in, Rob.
Man.
Go.
You know who that is, right?
Nah, who that?
Oh.
What's going on?
All right. I'll do it, bro. I'll do it. So
Right.
it was this one game. That this was back in 92, 93? 93. It was 93. I think it was his second year where like that in the NBA. He played
Oh,
for
yeah. I know.
there was the Bullets at the time.
He played for Washington, didn't he?
The Bullets, yeah.
Yeah, I see it in the documentary. Yeah, I'm tripping, dog. Yeah.
He put up, what, 37, 38?
Like
37.
37.
No, Michael Jordan was like, shit. He like, lights game, Mike. You know that? That's some petty shit, dog.
I mean, but think about it. Is it really, if you, like, I remember they used to say Big, sometimes it used to be like in a room by himself and shit like that, and they'd be thinking sometimes he'd be like writing his bars. And they were saying like sometimes he'd be saying like, nah, I'm battling myself. I'm trying to stay sharp. So anytime when you on a certain level, you gotta find some type of motivation because it's easy to leave. It's easy. You see what I'm saying? Like, man, this ain't really what's gonna keep me interested, what's gonna keep me motivated. So I gotta sometimes create my own motivation so I can go out there and give it my all. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of a dope story. Don't get me wrong, Jordan was kind of bold for doing your mans like that, though, dog. You know what I mean? But
Bro, he ain't been the same since, dog.
yeah, I don't even, is that nigga even still alive, man? What is nigga?
He's still alive. I had looked
Okay.
up the other day. He's still alive.
Yeah, that's fucked up. You have to go look to see if the nigga was alive after that documentary, dog. Oh man.
Oh,
But
man.
And y'all think about it too. It was that one game, dog. They did not show this in the documentary, but I think it was one game. It was back in 96, right? 97 when they went against Charlotte, right? In the playoffs.
I think that was about like 93, maybe 94.
No. This is when he came back. This is when Michael Jordan came back.
Yeah, it might have been 96.
I don't know if y'all remember. It was this one game where Muggsy Bogues had the ball. It was like a few seconds left. And Michael Jordan was guarding his ass. And Muggsy Bogues took a shot and he airballed the shit out of that ball. And I don't think he been the same since, dog.
You know what? I know the type of shit you talking about, bro. Like certain situations on that nigga, dog. Like, man, he shoot a certain shot or, you know what I'm saying?
I think he called him a short motherfucker or something. Shooter, you short motherfucker or some shit. Oh, no, he said shooter, you midget. Some shit like that. You midget motherfucker or some shit. And he shot that. And he shot that bitch and he airballed that motherfucker, dog. Somebody, dog, I gotta find that YouTube video. Somebody, I think John Sally said it, some shit. It was somebody. It wasn't John Sally. It was somebody else. He's like, shorty, you midget bitch or some shit. He shot that bitch. He airballed that motherfucker, dog. I gotta find it, dog, because that interview was like 3-4 years ago when I seen it.
Oh man, that's crazy, man. Like, Muggs, you right. He was never the same after that series, bro.
Right. And bro, like Michael Jordan, he always have he's like one of those guys where like he's like one of the greatest trash talkers in the game, other than Gary Payton.
Shit, Reggie Miller used to go crazy with that trash talking too, though.
You already see the shit he was talking about, man. In this new episode this year, he come up, dog. He's talking about Michael Jordan, like, bro, man.
And bro, he was talking to his own teammates like that too. What was that one guy? He was there for 1 year, Scott Burrell.
Oh yeah, bro.
Call that nigga a hoe, everything, dog.
Yeah, crazy, man.
I mean, but shit, you gotta find ways to, motivate your teammates. Shit, toughen them up, toughen their asses up. Shit.
Like, as long as you, I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. As long as it's like this, you can say anything to me, but as long as you don't put your hands on me, you know what I'm saying, I'm good. And like, matter of fact, I'll give you a story like this. The Chief, Robert Parrish.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Jordan got into it one time in practice and whatnot. And I think Jordan had said something like, "You want to fight or something like that?" And Robert Parrish like, "Well, come on, go ahead." You know what I'm saying? Jordan ain't do shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that right there just says a lot right there too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know who to call out, who to fuck with and whatnot.
He ain't gonna do Charles Oakley like that.
No.
I think the main people he ain't gonna do it to is like Magic Johnson. Even though they was talking shit at the Olympics practice, but
I think, man, more like Darren was saying, you know what I mean? He know who and who not to do that shit to. But to a degree, more than likely, he's just doing that shit to niggas who fucking role players to basically step up their role. Like, even though Robert Pierce at that time, what was that, 96 or was that 97?
96.
96. Like, Robert Pierce at that time was down there on his last leg. But you got to remember, in the 80s, he was one of the top 2 or 3 centers, you know what I'm saying, behind, of course, Kareem, you know what I mean? And he was a part of that dynasty, you know what I'm saying, Boston team that, from my knowledge, Jordan never beat, technically, right?
Right.
So, like, it's only, I respect you. You a 3-time champion, bro. You a multi-time all-star in the 80s. But at the same time, man, you know what I mean, you on that bullshit too. But I ain't about to fight you type shit. You know what I mean? Because you already been earning my respect back in 89. You know what I mean?
right.
So it's sort of kind of levels.
Yeah, it is.
And plus, you know, you forget too, Rob. You know what I'm saying? Robert Parrish was not only one of the top 5 centers back then, one of the top 5 enforcers back then. He was the guy in Jordan ass.
That nigga,
He was Larry Bird's sidekick too. Cause
don't he do karate or some shit in real life too?
That too.
Oh man, yeah, he was the Ty Boho. All I hear, dog.
Call fight his ass, nigga.
Yeah, that nigga probably roundhouse kick that nigga Jordan to next Tuesday or some shit, man.
You know, one person, man, and it's messed up, man, because it's like niggas don't think I'm lying, man. I'm keeping it 1,000. There's only one person to the day who I seen piece up Jordan, dog, and that was Danny fucking Ferry, dog. This nigga, I don't remember the year, but the shit was on YouTube for a minute, dog. I remember the play just like this, man. This nigga Jordan was straight coming off a curl. I don't know what happened on the play before, but it was probably some dirty shit, you know. Jordan on for the little elbows and all that other shit. He was coming off the curl and shit, came off the pit.
Mm-hmm.
And he come off that shit, dog. He come with some straight combos, 2-piece, bing, bing.
Oh,
man, that was the only person I ever seen just got, you know what I'm saying?
I gotta find that video. If it's on YouTube, he probably took that shit down.
Yeah,
and I'm telling you, I think he took that shit down, dog. They took that shit down. If you can catch it, bro, if you find it, let me know, bro, because that's a classic.
Damn.
Danny fucking Ferry of all fucking people.
Did Danny Ferry used to play for the Clippers or some shit?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Was he like a number 1 draft pick? No, I'm thinking about Danny Manny. Never mind.
You Danny Manny. Damn, nigga, that's an old school ass name. I think it was a bum too after a while.
Man, he was a bum. He was a number 1 draft pick in what, 88, 89?
Shit. One of them years, probably 89, dog. I can't remember.
Let's see who else the bum. Even though we pretty much done with the little Last Dance shit, but like Greg Oden was a bum.
Man.
We kept trying. we kept trying to give Greg Oden a shot, dog. Like,
well, he wasn't a bum. He just got hurt, bro.
right. But if you can remember, Darren, I said it back then in like 08, 09, dog. I'm like, man, I really wish Greg Oden would have did at least 2 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
In college, dog. Like, I get it. You want to, you know what I'm saying, come out. You and KD was coming out battling to see go get drafted #1. But I wish Greg would have did at least 2 years, dog, because he just wasn't physically ready, man. Like, yeah, he looked like a grown-ass man and shit like that. And, yeah, to a degree, he had certain type of, you know what I'm saying, muscles. But I could tell the conditioning wasn't there. You feel me?
Yeah, man. Like, you was one of the first
in
people.
college too.
Yeah, I was about to say, Rob was one of the first people that was saying it way back then, like, dog should have did another year or two in college. And, like, I remember saying, like, damn, fuck it, why not? You know what I'm saying? And then, bam, I heard.
And then on top of that, if you can recall, he didn't really have no post game or nothing like that either, dog. He was just basically just using his size. And it was like,
Right.
Is you a defensive presence? Or what is you going to do? Is you just going to be a tall-ass nigga out here? You know what I mean? You got to figure out your identity. And, like, he didn't understand his identity. Like, sometimes he used to be getting killed, and he wasn't stopping nobody. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, like, that lines to be, like, 15.89 rebounds and maybe a block. You know what I mean? It was like, damn, y'all took this nigga over KD? I guess, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Yeah.
Man, think about it, bro. Cause 06, 07, like Portland was #1, right? Yeah, Portland was #1. Seattle was #2. So think about if KD went to Portland, dog, with him and Brandon Roy.
I was just about to say that. But, like, remember what was the other center nigga name? Chris Billa or something like that. Chris Billa. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He came over there and started balling and shit. Took away Greg Odom's, you know what I'm saying, little shine. And then B. Roy's, oh, man, that nigga started balling ass off. With KD, man, but look, in hindsight, look how it still worked out for the best because all them other 3 guys I just named had injury issues. You see what I'm saying? Chris Buller, Puller, whatever his name, Greg Odom.
Chris Cannon. No, not Chris Cannon.
Chris Cannon. Oh, nah, nigga.
No, not him. Okay.
You talking about?
No, I think he played for Portland. Never mind. And then they had Elbridge too, though.
Chris Cannon, nigga, the nigga from wrestling, dog. Nigga, the who's better than Canyon in the Lions days, dog.
No, I think about the nigga from the Clippers, bro.
Yeah, Chris Cabin, dog. Yeah, that nigga he was one of them old niggas who had the Hulk Hogan, dog, like at 22, 23 years old and refused to cut that shit, dog. Man, that shit was funny as hell, dog. Like, hey, man, bro, you ball, fam. Let it go, dog. You not seeing how you out like goddamn Hulk Hogan, bro? Cut
right.
this. You like 23 years old, fam. This is no excuse, dog. Cut this shit, fam.
Well, Chris Cabin, damn, he was a baller though, man. He was an underrated baller. I ain't gonna say like he was like one of the top.
Hey, I watched a few games and shit when he was playing for Central Michigan, dog.
He was balling.
Man, he was busting Eastern Michigan's ass, bro.
Was Chris Kaman just the issue or like the result of being like on the wrong team at the wrong time? Could have
wrong teams, dog. Like look at this teams, bro. You on the dead end Clippers. You on the dead end Trailblazers, bro.
Yeah, he would have benefited if he went into a contending team though. He probably wouldn't be no starter, but he'd be a dog ass sixth man.
During them years, who could have used
San Antonio?
But they still was like contenders though.
I'm saying like they could like use him like as a big man on the bench, even though they had like other big men and stuff like that. But I think they could have benefited for him.
What I'm talking about, like basically outside the contenders, dog. Like, of course, you know what I'm saying, the Lakers, of course, San Antonio, Boston, Atlanta? Was on the Josh Smith years?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you could have put Josh Smith back at the what's his name?
At the 3.
At the 3, and you could have put Al Horford at the 4 and him at the 5. Yeah. And I don't know if Boston walking away with that series, dog.
Yeah. Atlanta could have used them. You're right.
See, I know a little bit something.
Yes, but let me shut up, though. I don't want to keep talking about these Piston issues I got, man.
Yeah, that's keep moving, dog. So I'm gonna ask a few questions before we get up out of here, man. How do y'all feel about this Boosie shit? Even though this Boosie was kind of old, I had to bring it up, bro. I had to bring it up, dog.
I'm gonna let y'all talk. I'm gonna go last, man.
All right,
Man,
dog.
I'm gonna keep it G, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, regardless of you know what I'm saying, your beliefs or your what you want your kids' preference or whatever, man. We gotta stop sexualizing these kids, man. Like, let these kids, let them into their toys, their video games, their music and stuff like that. You know, of course, we want to have them talks about, you know, what's right and what's wrong and whatnot. But like, he fully tripping, bro. Like, and I don't understand. You know, I'm not hating. I fuck with Boosie heavy. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. You know. But you can't just sit up here and openly say shit like, yeah, you sit up getting these older women to sit up here and touch on these 12, 10-year-old boys and shit like that, man. Like, I'm surprised CPS ain't came knocking at this door. You know what I'm saying? And we see all this wild shit on the internet daily. You know what I'm saying? Of these people and the shit that's happening with their kids, and then you reading about the story or you hear about the story the next day or week on the news. You know what I'm saying? Like, and regardless of fame, regardless of bias, or you know what I'm saying, how much I like this music, you know what I'm saying? No, he just wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? You don't say that shit, man, like, at all. You know what I'm saying? You don't say or do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know.
Now for me, oh no, you still talking?
No, I was just saying, I just don't condone no dog touching or nobody, no children, nobody should be, you know what I'm saying, of any, you know what I'm saying, should be touching on anybody of any adolescent, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be an adult. That, you know what I'm saying? Make sure it's, you know, consensual, of course, but none of that kid shit, man. Let them kids be them kids, man.
Yeah, I don't condone that shit at all, and it's been like that in our black community for years.
Yeah, bro.
You know, for us, like, especially us men, we know we grow up early, we grow up fast, man. We know from early as 8 years old and shit.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think nothing as a parent. I don't think nothing wrong with talking to your kids about sex like that. But it's levels to that too, man. You don't want to like trying to pay a prostitute to fuck your son or give your son some head. You know, not no 10, 11 years old. You know what I'm saying? That's some bullshit. You know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like if I have a son, man, I you know, if he asks me about things, I let him know the real, but I won't go as far as like trying to pay a bitch. Like, shit, we got bills. I ain't about to pay no fucking prostitute on $400.
Man, like what's, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, come on, man. Like,
and then I gotta hear from my wife too, dog. Like, why the fuck you be paying $400 to get my son get some hair? I'm like, shit, I thought it was good. I'm trying to teach her, you know what I'm saying? How did that sound, bro? Like.
Right, and then you hear about these stories, like I say, man, about these people or some of these chicks even letting these grown men touching on their daughters and stuff like that, bro. They losing custody of their kids. That, bro. Like,
and bro, you know, it is like a double standard, bro, too, because you know, it might sound good for us because you know we the man, right? But as far as like the young girl do that shit, that's we think she a young asshole. She like, you know, she a fucking thought, and we see shit. I seen that shit early as middle school. Girls getting picked up, like 12, 13 years old, getting picked up by grown ass man.
Oh yeah.
Be lying like a motherfucker, like, no, that's my big brother. I'm like, that's your big boyfriend, motherfucker. Shit.
Right. R.
Kelly ass.
That shit, we've been seeing and witnessing that shit going on in our community for years, man.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Because like I remember I was 16, 17. I was fucking with a 30-year-old woman, so like, you know, and she was married too, so you know.
Right, you know, we thinking like, you know what I'm saying, that's, you know,
I thought that was just shit. I thought that was just shit. Like, you know, yeah.
That's our double standard. But in reality, she wrong as hell. You know what I'm saying, for doing that shit. Like for real, man. Like, dog, you hear about these chicks messing around with these young dudes too and stuff, man. Like they look at these teachers, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, all these new teachers and jump, man, like messing with these young boys, you know, like not funny, but it's like, you know, joking around now, like, damn, you think about like, bro, these teachers that won't we was in school. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, hell yeah, dog.
But like, but no, some real shit. No, man, that shit is wrong as hell. Man. You can't be, you know what I'm saying, touching on the kids and shit.
I'm gonna get on it though, right? And I'm not gonna say it's levels, but like, follow what I'm coming at, right? This nigga Boosie is 100% wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
No, how you want to cut it and slice it, dog? This nigga is wrong. I think this, you know what I mean? I notice every time I see him, he got his kids with him. He ain't married. I don't know what the situation is with his child's mothers. I know a couple years ago they was arguing back and forth on Instagram and Twitter and shit like that, man. But I noticed that shit kind of died down. I'm curious to know what, you know what I'm saying, Young Dog's I'ma got to say about this shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To see, you know what I'm saying, what's the situation with that is, dog. Like I was saying with T.I., even D, and with they childs and shit like that, dog. When y'all volunteer information, because I get it, I can't tell you how to raise your child. I can't tell you, no matter how right or wrong your parenting skills or whatever you doing with your child is, I can't tell not a motherfucker what to do with their kids, man. You know what I mean? And let's just call it, hey, Darren, ain't nobody gonna be able to tell you how to raise your son. And CJ, ain't nobody gonna be able to tell you how to raise your daughter, dog. You know what I mean? No matter if niggas want to think they're killing them, dog. They can't tell y'all what to do with y'all's. You feel me?
Right.
And because in this situation, he used it, or he can use, I think he has been using the logic that's his, you know. But on the flip side of that, Boosie, you was giving your opinion about D Wade's son. That's D Wade's son. So it can't be, you know what I mean, yours, and you getting criticism for the shit that you did, you know what I'm saying, sexualizing your child, but then you want to get your about D Wade sexualizing his. When in reality, all of it
is I ain't trying to be funny, man, but I'm just being real, dog. Like, number one, like I don't condone what D Wade doing, you know what I'm saying, with his son at all. You know what I'm saying? That shit is whack. You know, that's just my opinion, whatever. But nigga, could you imagine the outrage? You know what I'm saying? If he was saying like, hey, you know, I got this grown man sitting up here touching on my son, dog. Like, wow.
See, that's what to get to, dog, because it's always gonna be outrage in every community, right?
Right.
Cut it and slice it. It was gonna always be outrage. That's why I said simply sexualizing these kids ain't cool. And like what T.I. a couple months ago, you know what I'm saying, leaking his daughter information, and she not even a child no more. But you got to be real careful when you know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
You just got to be careful when you get to speaking your private information about your kids. Definitely.
Like, why would you be thinking with that? Like, I didn't get that. Like you say, like, why? Like, why are these people sitting up here telling us? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you can't talk about your children or say you raise them and stuff like that to a degree or anything like that. But, you know, I'm going to keep it real. Even with the ass whoopers, I don't want to hear about somebody shit. I want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I understand it. I had to get on them about this. Yeah, don't get it twisted. Like Rob said, it's levels. But
like, go ahead.
I was about to say, yeah, I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Certain shit about, you know, like, why do I want to hear about how you raising your kids to be sexualized? You know what I'm saying? Or you know what to do with a feet? You know, like, dog, what?
These motherfuckers that it's a problem, dog. Everybody always assumes daddy of the year or they mama of the year. So when they get to overly talking and overly sharing information about the fault, they become wrong. Some shit is just best not. You know what I mean? But we got to think about it. Boosie ain't the average ass nigga. D Wade ain't the average ass nigga. This is why every 30 days it has to be a new update. for some strange reason. That's, mind you, not even 13 or 14. That's only 12 years old. Boosie's child is 14, but he's still a baby. You see what I'm saying? So they all equally in my eyes. You feel where I'm coming from? But it's like
right.
days we
And I
wait
was about to say
30
I
days.
was about to say my bad, Rod. Hold on. And he wild too. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real. Again, I can't tell you how to raise your kids and whatnot. And I'm not judging nobody out there. But you are on Instagram smoking weed around your kids, and then you doing that shit on top of that, bro. Like, you wilding, bro. You wilding.
And much as I love Boosie, man, because I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan of Southern rap.
Man.
But bro, that smoke around your kids, I can't condone that, bro. I don't.
You gotta keep it real. A nigga like Boosie made his whole career on keeping it real.
Right.
On Instagram and shit like that, he figured, I'm gonna continue to be as real as they. Like, let's call a spade a spade. A lot of people, parents that smoked around them. A lot of people around them. A lot of people, parents that did a whole lot of shit on them. The problem comes in that Boosie, brand, you not the average ass parent. You not the average ass father, dog. You on Instagram with this shit. Nobody told you to tell the world. Like, yeah, I get it. Like, I've been seeing a lot of these groups and shit like that. And they got points. A lot of these niggas, daddies and uncles, been doing this shit, you know what I'm saying, for 30, 40 years now. You know what I'm saying? Paying somebody, finding a little neighborhood hoe bitch to get a nephew or they son some head or some shit at 12, 13, 14. Yeah, this shit is, I don't condone it myself, but this has been an issue within one of our communities, one of the many issues within our community, like CJ was saying a couple minutes ago. But with a nigga like Boosie, bro, you is on public motherfucking,
You know, public eye.
the public eye and doing this shit, bro. You still an entertainer, bro. It's still millions of people looking up to you regardless to what you say, bro. And on top of that, CPS, all kind of shit going on. If motherfuckers wanted to come and take your rights now, they'd have all the ammo because you giving it to them.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, I don't condone the shit, and I get it. I can't tell a motherfucker how to raise their kids. That shit private, man. If you know for sure that shit ain't right. Like, that nigga ain't that stupid. But then again, they trying to, I don't know, setting a certain example and shit like that. Like, I was.
Yo, Rob.
Hold on, let me say this because I'm gonna forget. Like I was saying with the guy and his daughter, you know what I mean? And mind you, she was like 18. She grown now, but like he get on his public platform, he not thinking it's a problem. And you saying certain shit. Like when we become rich and famous and become entertainers and role models and shit like that, dog, don't lose common sense. I get it. You got a lot of people kissing your ass because a lot of people, you pay their bills and mortgages and you helping pay, you know what I'm saying? Keeping them and feeding them and shit like that, dog. But like, don't lose common sense. Don't lose the morals. Don't lose what's right and what's wrong. You know what I mean? You know that shit is wrong, what you did by telling that information to your daughter, period. Boosie, you know that shit wrong as hell by even saying that shit about your son, period. And D-Wade, every 30 days, we got to get an update on your 12-year-old, bro. But you not exploiting this shit for motherfucking whatever every 30 days? Oh, man. Stop sexualizing these goddamn babies.
Facts, man. Facts. And like, I was just about to add on, Rob, to what you're saying. Like, yeah, you know, they just giving up this free information and shit. Remember, like, I know, and CJ, you too, man. I know y'all OGs and taught y'all this. What the fuck going on in our house ain't nobody motherfucking business, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me, it's like, don't get me wrong, it's this internet shit and niggas is tripping, man. Like, yeah, I get you get money, you know what I'm saying, you can do, say what the fuck you want. But once you get to doing and saying and certain shit, and then you putting it all out there, just out in the open like that, dog, it's like, what is you doing really? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
On top of that, like, I ain't even trying to, you know, I hate on you. Boosie, you done got live shut down on IG countless times, bro. Countless times. Again, I used to enjoy the little free live shows about the strippers and shit too. And you ruined a good thing with that. Just going live with it, bro. Like, y'all, like, why do y'all niggas do that shit, dog? Like, don't get me wrong, I get it. Certain things, certain events, you know what I'm saying? Live your life and whatnot, ball out, all that shit. But y'all niggas have got to stop putting these chicks out here on the motherfucking live butt ass like that, dog. And then you know why this shit getting reported. You know that's why the shit getting shut down, bro. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just got to do as humans, people. I mean, people as humans. Period, dog. I think we just got to do a better job, man. With like understanding what's right and what's wrong. And like I'm keep stressing, dog. Ain't no right and wrong because I can't tell these people how to raise their kids. I can't. No matter how right or wrong I believe it is. If they think this shit is the rightest shit in the world, man, they go do whatever they go do. My only issue is with this Boosie situation, you gave your opinion on D-Wade's son. And I'm not saying your opinion was right or wrong because a lot of what Boosie was saying about that situation, I agree with. Not everything, but some. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But now you telling the world that, and like CJ said, this is old because I remember I think he said this once before, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean?
Yeah, again. You said it again on the internet, bro.
But they
like, why?
said it again to refresh people's minds during their time when everybody at home on the internet because nigga this corona outbreak. And a lot of people ain't back to work or hustling or, you know what I mean? Like the entertainers currently is unemployment. Think about that. How can they do their job, bro? How can they go and sell out tours and make movies and shit like that if they can't go out?
Right.
You know what I mean? So you putting a lot of attention to yourself, dog, trying to be real or trying to be honest when all you got to do is it's not nobody's business what you do with your son, man. Period. D-Wade, nobody's business what's going on with your son. If you want him to be a transsexual or tranny or whatever, dog, hey, man, that's between y'all. Got nothing to do with it. But I also don't want to see an update of this shit every 30 days. Right, I don't want to see these shows every 30 days. Where is his mama at? You know what I mean? And Boosie, where your child's mama at, dog? Like, at some point, man, even with T.I., what old girl mama at? You feel where I'm coming from? Stop letting y'all egos and y'all power and shit like that destroy common sense, man.
That's what I hate about these celebrities, man. That's what I hate about these celebrities, man. Like they want to put everything on the book on the internet, bro. Like I don't like that shit. Like keep that shit in the crib. Don't bring that shit out.
And like y'all said, my bad, I ain't trying to cut you off, but I fuck with Boosie. I fuck with D-Wade to a degree, and I fuck with T.I. to a degree. It's nothing personal, you know what I mean?
Right.
But at the end of the day, what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. Once you tell the world what's going on, dog, you told the world. Now you can't tell them how to react. I don't want to react to this shit. I don't even want to know this information. But since you volunteered this is my thoughts now. I'm not a hater. I'm not a basher. I'm not none of that shit. But we playing this game of sharing. You sharing information. Now I'm sharing information. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gonna get too preachy and get to talking about what's morally right and shit like that or what the Bible say. I'm not even gonna do all that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just simply say, stop sexualizing these babies.
Facts, man.
Stop telling the world y'all business. And if you don't want nobody to tell y'all what to do about y'all's because that's y'all's and technically nobody can tell y'all how to raise y'all's, just keep it to yourselves. We don't need to know this.
Simple as that. So yeah, y'all got a few words before we few words to say before we get up out of here.
Man, like it's pretty much, man. Like I'm just thankful, like being on the show and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all have me on, invite me and whatnot. It's been a hell of a ride, man. You know what I'm saying? Dope conversations.
For sure.
Man, for real. This has been just cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Just real informational, real shit, you know?
You already know, though. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. We got to get on here more often. I would say Kevin, but, you know, he be on some bullshit sometimes.
I don't really got nothing to say but what I always say. I'm going to keep it short and simple. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate all the love, all the support we've been getting the last couple years. Man, I love y'all, man. Be safe out here, man. You know what I'm saying? And try y'all best to be careful. And I'm going to see y'all again. what I'm saying? Hopefully in a couple more days.
Yes, sir. Me, man. You know, especially with this quarantine shit, I just want to, you know, keep the good vibes going. Good vibes only, dog. I think right now is the right time to, you know, fulfill your dreams, fulfill like what you want to do, trying to work on like on your grind and shit like that. I basically want to say this, man. Stop, just just get those bad vibes out of your circle, man. Don't let people stop you from achieving your dreams, though. You know, because if you do, man, you'll be a miserable ass motherfucker, man.
Real talk, bro. Like, I gotta just add on to what you're saying, bro. Like, real talk. You gotta get with people that really support your dreams, support you. You know what I'm saying? Long, you know, as long as it's positive. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying just support anybody, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, if your support is genuine, you know what I'm saying, and you ain't harming nobody, you know what I'm saying, and you trying to do something, you know, make sure you get with people that just really, really support you, and just stick with that. You know what I'm saying? No matter who it is, family, friend, whoever. You know what I'm saying? You know, no disrespect or anything to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, you gotta get them negatives around. You know who they are. You know, their family, friend, whoever. Get them up. You know what I'm saying? Get them away from you.
Gotta remove negative Nancy's, dog. No more negative Nancy's, man. Trust me. I've been left and right. Family, friends, associates, old co-workers, mainly family, which is heartbreaking, but it is what it is, because a lot of motherfuckers been negative Nancy's my whole life. And me not being a negative person, dog, always trying to help, always trying to, you know what I'm saying, be there for a motherfucker who ain't never tried to help, never tried to support, never tried to be there for me. And it's 2020, man. I'm barely here as it is. This pandemic shit going on.
That's true, man. And I always trying to, you know, include that on everything I'm trying to do. Just trying to have good vibes and stuff like that, and trying to work hard with everything I'm trying to do. And then I'm trying to bring the people that was with me from the beginning in with, you know, it can be hard sometimes. Because everybody, well, some people, they always look for a handout. You know, you can't do no shit like with that, man. Like, so, I'm about to get up out of here, man.
Oh yeah.
So, thanks for coming in, brother.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
We gotta come in next week, or maybe whatever you can for the last episode.
Oh yeah, I'll be ready.
I wait on what we gonna say about this flu game shit, bro.
Man.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
It's coming. So yeah, about to get up out of here, y'all. This is CJ.
Some man's Rob.
Your boy D Walls.
Yes, sir. This is 3 Raw. Yeah.